We are asked to solve for the definite integral of this function here. So we have the integral from 0 to 2 of x squared plus 2x minus 3 dx. All right? So this is a polynomial, function there. So that means we can afford to do what? To find the integral of each of the terms that we have here, right? So let's go for it. And then we can use the formula, which is right here. Integral over x power n dx is equal to what? X power n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. We can do that. So then this will give us what? So that will give us then x power 2 plus 1 over, right, 2 plus 1. So whatever we have as a power here, that's the same thing we're going to have at the denominator, right? Then plus, then this one is 2, which is the constant, times whatever the x is going to give us. So that will give us what? So that will give us x 1 plus 1, because remember, ladies and gentlemen, there's always an invisible one as a power for x, okay? So that'll be over then 1 plus 1 again. Then minus 3, which is a constant by itself, so that would be then 3x because of the x that we're dealing with. That's the variable that we're dealing with. So if this were to be y, so this one will also be y, and then y all across, okay? But in any case, if the 3 were to be 5, so that would be 5x. If the 3 were to be 10, that would be 10x. If the 3 were to be 100, that would be 100x. So we understand now? Okay? So don't forget now, we have 0 to 2. So we are bound now to 0 to 2. We have a range, an interval. So then, that means we can take the 2 now, the upper number, which is 2, and then we can substitute x with that number. Okay, so we're going to replace x with 2. That's what it means. So that would then be 2 power 2 plus 1, okay, which is already 3. So we can already account for that. So instead of having 2 again, so we can just put 3, okay? Because we know 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 3 at the bottom over here as well. Then plus 2, and then what's happening for this one here? So this one is then, so this one also is going to be 2 power 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2 on the top, and then 2 at the bottom. Then minus then 3 times 2. And that's what we have for the upper value. But we got to do also for the lower value by then doing the minus. Okay? So we can minus it, and then if we minus it, what's going to happen? So that means 0 is replacing x, all right? So if we go for it, so then that means we have 0 power 3 over 3 plus 2 times 0 power 2 over 2. Okay, we good? And then minus 3 times 0. Okay, so that's what we do. So we take the upper value, we set it up, minus, we take the lower value, then we set it up. Okay? So this one is equal to what? So 2 to the third power is going to give us what? 8. So it's 8 over 3 plus then what's going to happen here? So in this case here, we can always simplify 2 and 2. We can afford to do that. And then 2 to the second power is 4. So you have 4 left there, okay? Minus 3 by 2, which is 6. So that's what we have from the first one. And then minus what's happening to the second one here. 0 to the third power is what? 0. 0 divided by 3 is 0. So this one here is giving us 0. Then 0 to the second power is 0, or we can still simplify this one. 0 to the second power is 0. So this one also is 0. And then once we come to this one here, negative 3 times 0 is also 0, so this one also is 0. So this is minus 0. Okay? So if that one is equal to minus 0, so what's happening then? So we got to combine these two together, right? So that would be 8 over 3. So 4 minus 2 is going to give us what? It's going to give us negative 2, because remember, whenever you have two numbers, one is positive, the other one is negative, you always subtract the two numbers. So you subtract 4 from 6, which is 2, but yet you keep the sign of the highest number, which is a negative. All right? Simple as that. Okay? So then this one will be equal to what? Now we have a fraction minus, whole number, so we can put an invisible one for this one. So what's really happening here? You got to find the lowest common denominator, which is 3. We don't even need to think twice. So this one is 8 over 3 minus this one is 3. But because we went from 1 to 3, so that means we got to do what? We got to multiply 2 by 3. So that anytime you simplify 3 by 3, you end up with 2 back. We see it? You see the magic? Okay? A lot of people have problems when it comes to adding, subtracting fractions. So we keep working on that. We have videos on it, but we're going to keep on, hammer on that, okay? So that you don't need to use your calculator for it. All right? So then that means what? So that means we have 8 then minus 2 by 3, which is 6, over 3, and then this is 2 over 3. So your final answer, ladies and gentlemen, is 2 over 3. It's a step-by-step work, okay? You don't need to run. At this point, we're learning, so we take our time, okay? So this is it, step by step, and then we're good. And then we apply the CPR. The CPR, which is what? Concept, okay? Practice, and then what? Repeat, okay? Voila.